40 years later, some of these 80s music legends have changed beyond recognition. These transformations are fascinating and sometimes shocking. You won't want to miss the last one. Paul McCartney, the legendary Beatle who conquered the world twice, first with the Fab Four and later with Wings. Known for his unmatched melody-making and boundless energy, he remains a tireless musical force, filling stadiums with the same passion he had decades ago. Paula Abdul rose from a Laker girl to a global pop sensation in the late 80s, dominating the charts with hits like Straight Up. After years of battling chronic pain and redefining herself as TV's favorite judge, she continues to dazzle fans with her age-defying dance moves and resilience. Peter Cetera. The soaring voice behind Chicago's greatest ballads defined the sound of 80s romance with hits like Glory of Love. Though he eventually stepped away from the spotlight to enjoy a quiet retirement, his distinctive tenor remains the soundtrack to countless love stories. Sheryl Crow began her journey as a backing vocalist for Michael Jackson before becoming the queen of American roots rock. A survivor in every sense, she overcame public health battles to remain a timeless storyteller, recently earning her rightful place in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Steve Miller, the space cowboy himself, bridged the gap between psychedelic blues and radio-friendly pop with massive 80s hits like Abracadabra. With a guitar tone that is instantly recognizable, he continues to tour, proving that some music truly never goes out of style. Robert Plant, the golden god of Led Zeppelin, successfully reinvented himself in the 80s with a distinct, atmospheric solo sound. Turning his back on nostalgia to explore new musical frontiers, he remains one of rock's most dignified and creatively restless spirits. Sammy Hagar, the Red Rocker who injected new life into Van Halen, is known as much for his high-octane vocals as his massive tequila empire. Still partying like it's 1985, he remains a powerhouse of energy, celebrating the good life on stages around the world. Simon Le Bon, the charismatic frontman of Duran Duran, defined the MTV era with his suave style and hits like Rio. Having survived the excesses of the new romantic wave, he continues to lead the band with a voice that has surprisingly stood the test of time. Phil Collins transformed from a prog rock drummer to one of the 80s most unlikely yet dominant pop superstars. While severe nerve damage has forced him to put down the drumsticks, his emotional ballads and legacy with Genesis remain deeply etched in music history. Bruce Springsteen, the boss, captured the heart of America with Born in the USA, becoming the voice of the working class. Known for his marathon concerts and poetic storytelling, he remains an unstoppable force, delivering performances that feel more like religious experiences. Janet Jackson stepped out of her famous family's shadow to become a global icon, revolutionizing pop and dance with Rhythm Nation. Despite facing intense media scrutiny and controversial moments, she remains a pioneering queen of the stage, influencing generations of performers. Robin Zander, the man of 1,000 voices fronting Cheap Trick, powered the late 80s with the massive power ballad, The Flame. With his signature hat and incredible vocal range intact, he continues to rock arenas, proving he is one of the genre's most underrated treasures. Roger Daltrey, the powerhouse voice of The Who, defined rock rebellion with his microphone-swinging swagger. Though he has battled pre-cancerous throat conditions, he fights on as a tireless advocate for teen cancer, keeping the spirit of his generation alive and loud. Peter Gabriel, the visionary who left Genesis to redefine the 80s sound with the groundbreaking Sledgehammer. Known for his technological innovation and humanitarian work, he recently returned with new music, proving his creative genius is as vibrant and relevant as ever. Peter Frampton became a global phenomenon with one of the best-selling live albums in history and his signature talk-box guitar. Now battling a rare muscle disease that threatens his ability to play, he faces his final bow with grace, leaving behind a legacy of pure rock joy.